sexy niya kilig. Okay, we are here again inside cabin check. Cabin check, fuel selector on. They are on. Cross-speed drain close. It's actually behind the seat. Make sure it's close. And then heater is off. Heater is off. Let's see. Heater. It's off. Okay. Landing gear control is down. Landing gear. It's here and it's down. Avionics switch off. Avionics switch off is there. Master switch. Just try to turn on the master. And we got 3 greens. Fuel quantity. We have it here as well. Cowl flaps. It's open. Master switch off. Trim indicator on neutral. Flaps is operational. Let's see. That's your flaps. We're gonna put it down. All right. After the flaps, controls pre and track. Alright, controls free. Pitot static system. It's actually here on the side for the Seneca. Alternate static source. It's here. Should be close. Our fire extinguisher is behind me right there. That's your cap. Alright, now we're gonna simulate starting this engine. So first, of course, fuel selector on. It's on. This is on. Both of it. Mixture full rich. Props full forward. Throttle full forward. And then master switch. This is this. Master switch on. Ignition switch mags. That's your mag switch right there. Auxiliary fuel pump needs to be off. Primer, those 2 buttons right there. That's your primer, and you check when it's enough for the fuel flow. And then you close your throttle. Clear prop. Clear prop. Start one engine. Now, when engine starts and accelerate through 500 RPM, as you can see there, 500 RPM, Starter release. Throttle slowly to 1000 RPM. Primary release. Fuel pump low. Then you check your gauges, oil pressure, alternator, and gyro. So if you start the right engine, oil pressure, alternator, and then your gyro pressure, which is your gyro pressure right there. Right there. Alright. Then you repeat it to the other side. Now, after start, you throttle to 1000 to 1200 RPM. Mixture lean all the way here, but not all the way down. Landing gear, 3 lights, avionics master on. Transponder will, since we are using this Garmin 650, it's in there too. Our transponder. Flight instruments check. So basically, set your altimeter pressure, and then your heading. So our heading bug is 345 because the active runway is runway 35. That's the actual magnetic heading of it. 345. So we set it up. Autopilot check. With our autopilot here, once you engage it, you will see it here, whichever is active. Now when you start the taxi, 1100 RPM on both engine would be enough. Throttle apply slowly, brake check, steering check, rolling instrument. When we turn left wing down, balls in the center, heading indicator, which this is an HSI, and our RMI right there, it should be decreasing. Turning right wing on your turn coordinator, right wing low, HSI and RMI increasing. Heater and defroster check, and fuel selector on, and then check cross feed for 10 seconds. It's my favorite. Run up check. First, parking brake on. It's here, parking brake. Fuel selector on. Mixture and props. Mixture and props should be forward. Manifold pressure lines drain. It is underneath. Right there. That's your manifold pressure. Props. Feathering. Prop controls, check feathering 300 RPM drop. So we're gonna put this down and up. Throttle control 1900. Props control, check the governor. So if it's feathering, if it's working. And then we put everything forward. alternate air, which is this, and to engage this, pull and down. Pull. No, you need to pull it first. Mags check. We got the mags right here on my left. We have 2 engines, so we have 4 mags, and then we're gonna do it one at a time, and then we're gonna check the RPM drop. Max drop should be at least maximum 150 RPM. Alternator output check will be alternator amps check. Gyro pressure gauge 5.5 to 4.5 to 5.2 inches of mercury. And then throttle to 800 to 1000 RPM. Engine gauges in green. It should be in green, both engine. And then annunciator panels, press to check. So you press this, check if everything is working properly. All right. Now, before takeoff, seat belts, doors, it's closed. You need to lock it. Fuel selector and mixture set. Fuel selector right there. Mixture should be rich. Prop pull forward. Quadrant friction adjusted. So it's right there. This. You need, if you want to adjust your throttle, just like the 152, 172. Alternate air is off, so when it's up, it's closed, it's off. Cowl flap set. Wing flap set. So with Seneca, you take off without flaps. Trim is set. Controls, you're gonna check the controls again. Turning right. And then you can see the back that you can't. And try to check the elevator. Auxiliary fuel pump off. It's right there. It's off right now. Nav instrument. You have your HSI, RMI, your VOR, and then your GPS, of course. You make it set. Engine gauges normal. And then crew briefing complete. And then takeoff. Takeoff time record. Then once you line up, transponder on ALT, lights as required, pitot heat. So you have the anti-collision light for the wings and the fins. The pitot heat is there as well. Knob lights, landing lights. It's all there. So then we're gonna mixture rich, props forward, and then confirm heading. Ready for takeoff. Throttle open using a smooth, steady movement to 25 inches of manifold pressure. 25, which is where it is right now. Engine gauge is in green. Brake release. And then full power 35 to 39. Full power 35 to 39. Max power. Air airspeed going live. 70 knots. Rotate. But what if we have engine failure? So our go no go speed will be 85, and if we have our landing gears down, we have sufficient runway, we're gonna make sure idle cut off, maximum braking, and then put the nose down to stop. And if we don't have sufficient runway, same thing, make sure idle cut off, maximum braking, nose down, and fuel selector off. Evacuate if necessary. But if we took off after 85 and we have our landing gears up already, and then we're just gonna identify dead foot, dead engine, verify, and then feather. If it's the right engine is good, we're gonna do right circuit. Left engine's good, left circuit. But if everything goes well, so brakes check, tap, retract landing gear at 85 prior to 107, because that's our limitation for landing gear. Pitch for VY, 90 knots. Green flaps retract. 500 feet climb out, 105. That's your V2. After takeoff, cruise climb 110, manifold pressure gauge 31.5 inches. Prop speed, so 31 and then 24 if you're climbing. This is climb. Mixture full rich. Cowl flaps as required. Confirm flaps up. Landing gear up, 3 greens and 1 in the mirror. Level off, cruise check. Power to 25, where it is right now. And then 23 RPM per cruise. Cowl flaps as required. Mixture adjust. And engine gauge monitor.